Here's my experience with Charlotte Tilbury's new Rock N Kohl in Bedroom Black. This new version of her old iconic pencil goes on smoother and comes with a blender tip, which is a great plus. So what's different about this pencil is that it blends like butter. It's a little less sticky than the old one and less thick. What I love the most about it is that it really glides on and the eyes feel so comfortable when you're applying it. The tip that comes with it, that little sponge tip, is absolutely sensational to really help get that pencil into the lash line. An added plus is the argan oil and soft waxes in this formulation, meaning it goes on so much more softer than the old version. However, the sacrifice is you will need to be a little patient because this product will need a little more time to dry down. However, it is perfect for sculpting that cat eye without tugging in the eye area. Now, I suffer from dry eye and I found that this pencil I love so much more than the old version. The intensity is exactly the same as the original Bedroom Black, and you can really layer and pack this liner on without irritating your eye area. Whenever I get ready for work, I always frame the eye first. I feel that it makes my makeup go so much smoother and faster, and also I quickly can build my intensity. So a great tip for those of you working on smaller lids. Here I am applying a base. Now this is a powdery base finish. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Beige in Her Eyes to Mesmerize Cream to Powder Shadow. I find that this is the perfect shade to create a nice transition as I'm going to be using grays today. I have applied a generous layer of Charlotte's Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. So here I am drying my face with my rechargeable fan. I also then follow with some bronzer to sculpt my face and start with the eye makeup. Here I am using Charlotte Tilbury's beautiful luxury palette in the Rock Chick. Now Rock Chick is a cooler set of grays, so having the bronzer on really helps marry the colors so that they look like they are part of my skin, as my complexion is very golden. I am using a very skinny crease brush and concentrating on a halo eye effect, which is very effective for more of your Asian eye, shallow eye shape, and also hooded eye shape. Because I already created the wing of the liner, I can easily merge my shadow with my eyeliner to get the intensity I want. The deepest shade, I use a super skinny painter's brush to really get into the crease and build in that shadow under the eye. Look how fast and simple that is. Now, of course, this video is sped up quite a bit, but if I had put it on to regular speed, you'd be sitting here for an hour, and I don't think you all have the patience for that. So the deeper tones go in the inner and outer eye, winging out to match my liner shape. And then I go and fill in my center of the lid with a mixture of the primer color and the accent silver tone. Look how pretty that is. The gray doesn't just sit on my face, it looks modern, fresh, and a part of the complexion. I also like to do a tiny bit of a highlight in the inner eye corner as I don't have a nose bridge. This opens up the space in the inner eye area and makes the eye also look more brighter and more awake. And once I'm done with the shadows, I move into cleanup and concealing. I usually do my concealer last and I let it marinate on the skin until I am ready to blend it out. So here's some key areas I like to mark to create a dimensional effect on my features. I get a dense synthetic brush to really buff and blend the product in. This is Charlotte Tilbury's Beautiful Skin Concealer in 4.5. I do find Charlotte Tilbury's Beautiful Skin Concealer very easy to work with and very pliable, meaning it bends with the skin. And the longer you let it sit on your complexion, the more coverage you get. And the key is not to swipe to blend directly right after application, but let it dry down, let your body get used to the product, and then slightly tap it into place and then blend out the edges. I also found the synthetic brushes work the best with this product. I go back in with my bronzer and a fan brush to really blend the concealer and my complexion products in. And then we move into the cheek area. I love to add extra contour. So this is the Beautiful Skin Bronzer. And this is the final look. Thanks, Mabel, for the photography. And thank you all for watching.